welcome back. Whichever it is, I'm happy you're here. If you are new here, I am Tina with Hanging with Frugal Tina. So let's just get right into it. With the cost of food these days, I try and steer away from like the more expensive foods like lobster. Not something I eat, not something I can afford. Steak, it's getting up there. It's getting really high in price. But is it possible to have these things on a budget? Can you get it in? So that's got me to thinking, because I was feeling like I wanted some beef. Not hamburger meat, like I wanted like a steak, a London broil, roast beef, something beefy. So I decided I was gonna figure out how I could do this on my budget, because I'm not going out there and paying full price for anything. Well, I will pay full price, but I gotta find it at a price that I'm willing to pay, not these astronomical prices. So I went into the grocery store, I looked to see what was on sale, as I always do. I wish I was better at the couponing and apps and things like that. I promise you, I'm going to try and get better at it. And if I can do it, you guys can do it. So I'm gonna try again, just not yet. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna show you how you could take beef. Now what I found was on sale was a top round London broil. And I'm gonna show you how you can cook that up. And I'm a family of 6 and I only have 1 London broil for all of us. I'm gonna show you how you can make that into a meal for everybody, and you won't feel like you're scrimping. Like you're only getting 3 bites of the beef because that's all you can afford. I want my kids to eat. I want them to eat as much as they want, and I want them to be full and satiated. I don't want them walking away later, coming back for a bowl of cereal because they only had 3 scraps of meat. So that's what we're gonna do. So let's get it, let's go, let's heat up those pots. Come on. Yes, it's still possible to have beef on a budget and a budget meal. So I'm always looking for ways to get better cuts of meat in, and not always living on chicken and turkey and things like that. We don't eat beef a lot because of the cost factor, but we can do it if we try. So there you go. There goes that London broil. You see what I paid for it. Now I'm going to show you how I'm going to turn that almost 2-pound London broil that's going to feed my family of 6 tonight. Okay, here's everything you're going to need to make the marinade. You're going to need some balsamic vinegar. I don't have that, so I'm subbing it out for the red wine vinegar. Some beef broth. Couldn't find my bouillon, so luckily I have one of those in there. The W sauce, Worcestershire sauce. Soy sauce. You're going to need some oil. Now, I might sub that out for vegetable oil because a little bit more of a neutral flavor. Kosher salt, Italian seasoning, butter. I don't use butter because of Eric's allergies. We use vegetable spread, country crock, and some brown sugar. Okay, so I rinsed my meat off. It's not all the way thawed out. As you can see, the meat is like different colors, a little more frozen here than it is there. But that's okay. We're going to keep going because I'm going to have it in the fridge for several hours. You don't need to do that. I'm just doing this ahead of time. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to poke some holes in the London broil. This way the marinade can get all the way down inside of it. It's like almost done, but not quite. But it'll be all right. It'll still absorb the marinade. See on the ends it's all thawed out. It's just like right in here. It's not done. But that's all right. So what you do is you poke as many holes as you want. I like to do a lot, and I like to do both sides. This side is the side that's more frozen, but that's all right. It's going in, so that's all I'm worrying about, is for it to be able to receive the stuff I'm putting in it. All right, so let me finish doing this, and then I'll show you what the marinade is. I hope I have a big enough container. I put the Ziploc baggie in here and put a little clip on it so it doesn't fall. Okay, so I'm going to 1.5 the recipe. I'm going to tell you what the recipe calls, but I'll be doing something different. For instance, it calls for 1 cup of beef broth. I'm going to add to this container 1.5 cups. 2 tablespoons Worcestershire sauce. 2 tablespoons soy sauce. 2 teaspoons dried seasoning, Italian. 1 teaspoon vinegar. Balsamic, but I'm using red wine. 2 teaspoons brown sugar. Not 2 teaspoons, 2 tablespoons. Now I'm just going to give that a good old-fashioned mixing. To give that a nice mix. I did it extra because we're going to use this as a sauce when we're done. We're going to cook it good and hard so that we don't get sick. But that's what we're going to do. So now I'm going to insert, hopefully, I can insert the whole London broil in here that's thawed out enough that it'll fit. But if not, I'll finesse it. Let me move things around. Fit like a glove. So I'm going to seal that up and we're just going to let it sit in the refrigerator for as long as you can. I'm doing this earlier in the day, so mine's going to be in there for some time. So let me seal up the bag and I'll see you in a couple hours. I just want to show you in that short time that I was working with the meat, it's already finished defrosting. So that's a plus. So I'm going to put it in the refrigerator now. And every now and again, I'll come give it a shake and maybe flip it over. But that's what we're going to do. Just wanted to come back and show you that. All right. That is the rest of what's for dinner. I got the marinated chicken. I was going to say, I'm so used to eating chicken. Beef in here, the London broil. I have some egg noodles and some peas. I wanted peas and carrots, so I might switch it out, but I couldn't find them real quick in the freezer, so I just took those out. And some egg noodles. I do have a little bit extra egg noodle there. I'm gonna add that in. First thing I'm gonna do is get this hair pulled up and get the meat out of the marinade and put the marinade in there, get some water going. We got a bunch of stuff to go on here. Okay, onward, forward. So I got the meat out. It's been marinating most of the day today. It's on a plate here. I also have, let me show you. Just got a little, a placemat there too, a cutting mat. But I have a wire rack right underneath there because that's what we're gonna cook it on. And I foil lined the pan for easy cleanup. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna take the London broil out of this bag and put it onto that mat. Okay, I'm gonna take it out of the bag. Hold on a second. And I'm gonna shake it off, all the excess off, best I can. And then put that big old piece of meat right there. Now, it's typically not safe to use stuff that you had raw meat sitting in. But what we're gonna do with this is we're gonna cook it and we're gonna boil it and we're gonna reduce it. So we're gonna have it cooked long enough that it won't make us sick, okay? I'm shaking this around, trying to get all the seasonings off the sides. And I'm gonna pour this into a pot. And we're gonna simmer the heck out of it and let it reduce a little bit. So let me add that to this pot right here. You see that? That's what that looks like in there. Hold on, I gotta stir my pasta. I think it's done already. Let me check it. So what you wanna do now is you wanna pat dry the meat. Both sides. Okay. Nice and patted. Leave as much of the seasoning on there as you could. There we go. So what you're gonna do now is I have the pepper and I have some kosher salt and some, I'm gonna use the vegetable oil. First thing you're gonna do is you're gonna put a little bit of oil down over top of the meat and you're gonna rub it in a little bit. This helps with the crisping of the meat. I couldn't think what it was called. This helps with the crisping of the meat. I have my oven on broil and I have my rack as high up as it will go. You want it between 3 to 5 inches away. I'm going to move that mat in a minute and I'm going to put it on that wire rack. That wire rack helps with getting the air and browning it all the way around. So I got a big old pinch of salt. And that's all we're adding because it was already soaking all day. Okay. And then a pinch of pepper. Get some in my hand here so I can pinch it out. Nice big pinch of pepper. Alrighty, let me move that mat for just a minute and put the meat on there. Okay, so I flipped it over again with the oil. I did put oil on a piece of paper towel and rubbed it on the rack. I don't know if you need it or not, but I did it. Okay, nice and rubbed in there. Same thing with the salt. Well, that's a lot of salt in my hand. Give a nice salting. Okay. And then some pepper. I like to put it in my hand when I'm doing it this way so I can control where the pepper goes. I'm just rubbing my 2 fingers together, moving it around. Okay, so this is gonna go in the oven 3 to 5 inches away from the broiler. And we're gonna broil it for 15 minutes. And then we're gonna take it out, flip it over, and then turn the pan around the opposite way. So if it goes in this way, spin it completely around. So this is now in the back. Boop. That's the back when it comes out of the oven. This will be the back when it goes back in the oven. But I'll show you when I come back. 15 minutes. I don't know if I said it or not, but when I'm putting this in the oven, I'm also turning on the marinade and I'm gonna let it cook the entire time we're cooking this London broil. So I'm gonna bring it to a boil, then I'm gonna turn it down and let it simmer. Okay, that's 15 minutes. I'm flipping it over. Oops. Okay, that's the fan came on, so putting it back in. I'm sorry, I can't turn the fan off, can't reach it. Back in the oven, 15 minutes. Okay, and that's simmered down. I'm gonna take a little bit of cornstarch just to thicken it up. I tasted that. Holy moly, it's delicious. But I want to get a little bit thicker, more like gravy than au jus. But that's what it looks like. I just want it thicker. And it's reduced down by half. Okay, so I took about a tablespoon of cornstarch to a tablespoon of water, mix that together. I'm going to add that to the gravy, I guess. Okay, the gravy's done. It's thickened up, not super thick, but just a little bit thicker. I didn't want it too thick. But I tasted it. This stuff is delicious. So the meat's about to come out of the oven. We just gotta let it rest and then we're gonna be eating. And there she goes. She's all done. You have to let it sit for at least half of the time that you cooked it for. So if I did 15 and 15, it's gonna sit for 15. Otherwise, you're gonna lose all the juice and you're gonna have dry meat. And another thing, when I go to cut it, you gotta cut it against the grain and thinly slice it. Okay, it's been resting for 15 minutes. We're gonna get to slicing and dicing. So the grain is going this way.
That looks perfect. I don't even like meat.
I don't know if you heard him, but he says that looks perfect. But I don't. You say perfect?
Yeah, perfect.
Perfect. I don't like meat. I see the grain going this way, so I'm gonna cut it nice and straight like that, and I'm gonna cut it real thin. And with the angle I'm standing at, it's always a bad angle. So just cut it nice and thin, just like that. Okay? I did mine well done. I don't know how you like it, but we like it well. Let me slice a few and then I'll show you what that looks like. And there she goes, all sliced up, nice and thin, so we can lay it across the egg noodles with the gravy. So guess what? I'm gonna meet you at the table. And there's my plate, looking yummy, yummy, yummy.
If you get any benefit at all from my content, you can help me out by clicking like, share, commenting, and definitely hit that subscribe button. And don't forget to hit the notification bell so you'll be notified every time I upload a new video.
We're at the table. Look how pretty that plate is. Come on. I made everybody a plate and we still have all that meat right there. So, this is new for the kids. I haven't made this in 100 years. So just take a little bit of the gravy and the pasta or noodle, whatever it is, macaroni, and a piece of meat. I think I cut you a little piece off right there.
Yeah.
Yep.
Let's try and get some pasta.
Yep. With the gravy.
Right.
There we go. You got it? Make sure my hair doesn't go in it. Let's go. Mmm. At the same time. Mmm.
That is good.
Mm-hmm. So it is possible to do beef on a budget. Because, I mean, I sliced this paper thin. Let's see if I can show you. I don't know if I can see. But I sliced it thin. I learned that back in the day when we had nothing and we just wanted to get a taste of meat. But there you have it. Eric's still going. Mr. I don't like meat, right? We can't say that anymore because he's really been into the meat. Then we have some peas and carrots. I did find them. Butter, salt. What do you think? Nice and tender, isn't it? Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's really good. That's really good. I'm glad I decided to do the London broil. Let me get Eric and it. Not Eric. It's right there. That Tyler and Aiden are standing right there. They want to eat on camera and see what it tastes like before they get their first bite. So I'll be right back with them. And we're back with Aiden, baby, and Tyler, my love. Tyler. Okay, looks like he wasn't in the frame. All right, so take a piece of your meat. You broke off a piece right there and some of the gravy and don't eat dry. There you go.
Ready?
Yeah, but get a piece of the...
Noodle?
Yeah, here, let me help you out.
Yes, please.
Just a minute, he needs a little help. Maybe I need help. Okay, you got a little taste right there.
Alright.
Tyler, dip it in your gravy. Yeah, he so gently dips it. Ready, set, go. Yummy, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Look, he's shaking. It's so hard. This chair is squeaking. Squeak, 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 squeak. Like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I like it. I'm gonna eat my whole plate. I'm probably gonna have seconds.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, true. I want seconds. I can't eat seconds, but they will. Right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, we'll see you at the wrap up. See you later. Bye. Dinner's over. How did they do? Did they like it? Boom! That's all that's left out of that entire London broil. A couple of pieces. All 6 of us ate to our heart's content. That's left. A tiny bit of the peas and carrots. And a Ziploc bag full of the egg noodles. That's it. They loved it. There's no gravy left. They ate all the gravy. Instead of me telling you what they thought about it, let them tell you what they thought about it. Eric, what did you think about dinner?
It was amazing.
How amazing was it?
I ate almost all the meat.
He could not stop eating it. He kept going back and picking and picking and picking. Aiden, what did you think about dinner?
I really loved it.
Yeah, he liked it a lot. He did. Tyler, what did you think about dinner?
It was absolutely delicious.
Yaya's upstairs taking her bath. She said to tell you guys she loved it. Trey said that he liked it a lot. He said, I like it a lot, G-Ma, with his real deep voice. And me? Yummy, 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 and my tummy, tummy, tummy. I ate so much my belly hurt. And I'm telling you, you still can do beef on a budget. So there you have it. I hope you try it. I hope you like it. Maybe leave me a comment or a thumbs up or a thumbs down even. I don't care. It all works. See you later. Bye.